Hello everyone, Wenzeltron here, and we're back on Heroes, and today was a new patch day with our favorite bug, finally receiving some of the nerfs, along with the release of Stukov, and I just want to go over the nerfs of the bug here. So I'm going to bring up the patch notes really quick before I talk about everything, because there's a few things that I can't really show in the patch notes that he got tweaked. So let me bring it on up. Alright everybody, so this is what Anub'arak's changes are. So we have a baseline attack damage reduction. So it's just a 4-point reduction, nothing super crazy there. And then you get a maximum health reduction. So this is 2003 to 1925. So by reducing his max HP, this is by making him less tanky because of his baseline armor. And I don't know, because I think it's easier to balance max HP than it is to balance a passive armor increase. And then they adjusted Locust Swarm again. This ability's being changed a lot. So they increased the damage again and increased the healing again, but they've reduced the duration by 6 seconds. And then Cocoon got its nerf. So it's a reduction of a range reduction from 9 to 6, and then a missile speed reduction by 33%. So this to me means two things. One, you can vault out of the range, and two, and by vault I mean escape. So like any sort of like ice block, because you can now anticipate the missile speed, and then you can also get out of it with like a tracer Q, or you can get out of it from like a vault, a blink, and it's less consistent, basically, is what it basically means there. And then epicenter is bonus area is reduced from 85 to 60%. So now what I'm going to do is going to go over through all the talents to show you what the changes did to them. I think that's probably the best one. Locust Swarm is going to be a little hard to showcase here because of the nature of the beast on that one, but we're going to try our best. Alrighty, everybody. So let's do the one that you guys are probably all waiting for.
Choose a talent.
And that is gotta be
Choose a talent.
the
Choose a talent.
Cocoon here. So Cocoon finally got his reduction. And if you remember before, you can look at my old video of what I was talking about Anub'arak. This is a pretty decent reduction. Like, this basically puts it, so I took bed of barbs so you guys can see the reduction. So I don't move, and I'm just kind of positioning myself like I normally would into a melee minion. So there's the bed of barbs you can see, and that is the range. So it's like about half the range of your Q, which is really neat. I think that's important, because it means you now have to be kind of melee range. You have to be a little bit more forward in your placement of using Cocoon. If we look at that, so that's, yeah, it's basically the same length for both your Q and your E. I was just trying to see there if I could guesstimate. So if I look again with my Q, so there's the barrel start and there's the barrel end. So it's about half the range, which is really good. I think that is what was needed for the ability. And then they reduced the missile speed. So if I stand here at max speed range, let's see, can we see it better? Yeah, it's definitely more noticeable. Before it was way quicker. So now the question comes, does this change how you play Anub'arak? Does it make this ability that much worse? And to me, it doesn't actually do that, because it's still only on a 60-second cooldown. This ability is very, very strong in its own right. And it's not to say that it's bad, but because he's so prominent in the meta, you're going to start seeing people that just get used to this ability. So it loses some of its value because of that. But then again, it's still, I mean, it's still Cocoon. It still takes the person out of the fight, and they have to focus it down to make this Cocoon not viable. So, yeah, I still like this ability a lot. So, on to the next things. So the other reduction here was, or increase / change, was with the use of
Choose a talent.
Locust Swarm. So back in the day, this is how I used to play the hero all of the time with the Beetle build, and it was a lot of fun having that much sustain. So baseline, it does 21 healing. At level 10 here, it does 31, and it does 92 damage. Last 6 seconds, let's just see the DPS we get for the ability without attacking. Like about 2,000 damage on the hero there. Let's go take some damage. Let's see how much it heals us for as well for the duration. So it's about a half HP, heals for about 20%-ish on one hero. I think this it puts the ability in a little bit more of a healthy position. I mean, it's a 100-second cooldown though, so basically double that of Cocoon. So I still would not go this in most situations. That is my take on that. And the final talent we gotta go over is going to be Epicenter at level 16. So we'll set the level real quick. And Epicenter. So to showcase before the talent, we're gonna want to do show the areas. So there's the Epicenter there. So it's about the base of, like, say, an Azmodan. And then if you take this talent,
Choose a talent.
it increases that area of effect to much, much more. So 60%, it was 85 prior to the patch. I think this is actually a good way of nerfing the talent. Because the way the talent works already synergizes with itself on its own, because it increases the burrow's impact area and lowers the cooldown by 1.25 seconds per hero hit. That's kind of crazy, because you're basically putting this double amazing effect onto one ability at 16, which is what a 16 tier talent should do, right? But I don't know. It seems kind of ridiculous now that I read the talent more. So this to me actually puts more strength into debilitation. Enemy heroes hit by burrow charge have their spell power reduced by 50%. That is to say, there is an enemy worth hitting with it, right? So as a closing statement, what does this change anything for Anub'arak? It's a great question. I don't really know, because they've kind of reduced this talent a little bit here and there. You've seen people go Under King quite a bit if they're trying to target someone in the backline. So Trade Shield's still good, gives you more shielding. But I'm thinking with this reduction of cooldown, or HP, sorry, and the nerf to Epicenter, you might be able to pull off some sort of shield build, maybe. Or like an E build with Under King. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think in my head if this actually changes anything with the Anub'arak, and I don't know. I'm not entirely convinced. Because if I have the standard build right here, Burning Rage can be switched out for Acid Drenched Mandibles, depending on your team. But for the most part, I don't know if... I think this makes it just a little bit more healthy. He's a little bit more vulnerable to a burst. Because he is so strong against the spell damage, they needed to do something to his HP pool. It's interesting. I mean, here at level 20, he still has 4.22, 4,000 HP. That's a lot still. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comments below and tell me what you guys think about the Anub'arak changes. I think they were good overall. I don't think they destroy him and put him in the garbage tier. Definitely not a garbage tier hero. Nowhere near that, unless they nerf the cooldown of Cocoon into something that is absolutely horrible. But we shall see where he ends up. With Stitches now so prominent in the meta, I think we might see some more tanks coming in the future, especially with Diablo. So let me know, and I will see you all next time.